Hello, this is Rebecca from ChemKnits, and today we are going to use a just mixed one-step tulip tie-dye kit to dye some Knit Pick stroll fingering yarn. Stroll fingering is 100 grams of 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon yarn. And it's a fingering weight yarn and one of my favorite yarns to dye, but I've never tried using a tulip tie-dye kit to dye it. Today's video is sponsored by Little Bird Stitchery. Thank you so much for helping make this episode of Dyepot Weekly possible. I mixed the colors just a little bit ago, and the colors we're going to use today are black, blue, and teal. All right, now I'm curious because I've heard that blacks can break, and I don't know if that's something that we will see here or not. So I'm going to start with some black patches because I am curious. I'm also curious how far this is penetrating and up. Okay, well, either we have some breaking, but what's more likely is that we are seeing, right there, is that we're seeing some teal that may have already been on the work surface. So I'm curious how much I need to add for it to get all the way through. Okay, so if I press, that'll go through. I'm wearing my own gloves. I like these purple nitrile gloves versus the ones that come already in the tulip tie-dye kit. But unlike some of the food colorings I've done, it is a lot easier to press this into the fiber. So that's pretty exciting. And I'm debating how many. This is what happens when I make up a colorway as I go along. All right, that's 4. Let's do 5. And then I'll do a 6th section back there. Okay. Kind of excited by this black. It would be really, really nice to get a true black. I mean, I have a feeling it might end up reading more gray, but I don't really know. I've never used black tie-dye before. All right. And then I think I'm now going to alternate blues and teals in these other sections. Because if I'm correct, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aha! I planned it out this time. So let's do teal. Teal. Ooh, wait, I got a better idea. To just make this maximally complicated. This is what happens when I change my mind partway through with what I'm going to do. All right, teal. Teal in the middle, in these sections. And then blue in the middle of these sections. Can you see where I'm going yet? I love squeeze bottles, you guys. Blue in the middle, over there. I really need to make myself an apron. That would be very helpful. Okay, and now, some teal on the outside. think this is pretty. And we'll get some mixing when I try to squeeze the colors through these sections. Whoops. I think this is going to be a bright blue versus a navy, so I'm kind of excited. It does look like that there might be a little bit of breaking from the black, that it kind of goes blue near the edges, but since I'm now adding these other colors, we won't really see much of that. Curious. Penetration's pretty good, actually. That's fun. It's really nice to be able to massage the, okay, that needs some more help, to massage the colors through the fibers, because sometimes food coloring binds so quickly that it is hard. Yeah, but I do not want any white sections today, but I am comfortable with these, getting some lighter sections in these blue and teal zones. Oh, I'm so excited that I mixed those up in here. I think that that's going to be really, really fun. Yeah, so I have no idea. I know that wool takes up these colors beautifully. I mean, I think the most recent tie-dyeing of wool that I've done on this channel with a tie-dye kit involved involved using a really old tie-dye kit, and we still got some really nice colors, but I'm going to add some teal, a little bit of blue right here. Okay, so I mixed these kits within, you know, the last hour, and I have used kits to dye yarn that I mixed, you know, maybe within the last year. Certainly within the last, and you know, at minimum within the last few months. So you can get color for a pretty long time, but you get better colors if you start off with fresh. I think that what I'm having especially fun with here right now is that these colors that we're going for, this isn't something that I would really get with food coloring. I mean, you could get the teal and you could get a really nice blue, but the black would read maybe slightly brownish or slightly burgundy. So I'm really curious to see how this black is gonna read on the yarn. But oh, check this out. I really, well, okay, obviously I love dyeing yarn, but I also love dyeing yarn and just kind of seeing where the dye and the fibers take me. I think that's the best part about hand painting, is that you can really start with one idea and then move on to something else very, very quickly. All right, I need to wipe off all this extra dye from my hands. All right. Now, my plan, move these in here, is to wrap this up using some of this plastic wrap that I used to protect my work surface. And then I'm going to need to let this sit. I'll probably let it sit for about 24 hours before I start rinsing it. All right, we've got our nice little jelly roll. And oh, look at those colors, you guys. Check out those colors. These are just gorgeous and almost feel peacocky. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this inside a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, put it someplace safe to sit until tomorrow. I think that it's cute that I'm feeling inspired by birds right now, given that my sponsor is Little Bird Stitchery. So that wasn't planned. It just popped into my head as I was about to stick this in the Ziploc bag. It's time to take a look at this yarn that we've dyed for Little Bird Stitchery. Let's unwrap it, and oh my. I hope that some of these colors remain, because this is beautiful. Alright. I know there's going to be a lot of dye to rinse out. Ooh, look at that cool green. Black! Ah, we never get black. Oh, that teal is brighter than I expected. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna need to dump this already. Yeah, you can see just how much dye comes out when we use a tie-dye kit. Oh, but those, wow, we've almost got a purple in there. I'm curious how much color will stay in, because so this yarn is 25% nylon and then 75% superwash merino. And so I just don't know what to expect. So already the colors have lightened. I haven't tried these exact shades on wool yarn before. I did dye, I've dyed wool a bunch of different times with tie-dye kits. But the one where I got the brightest colors was when I actually pre-knit a blanket and then did a little spiral, like legit tie-dye. Alright. Whoops. I will wipe that up. Alright, I'm going to start adding some soap. I'm using just the Dawn dish soap that I like to use. You see, when I do tie-dye, say like a t-shirt or something, I always end up washing it in the washing machine. And that's just not something that I'm going to do with the yarn for obvious reasons. I mean, I suppose I did it when I did the acrylic paint. That wasn't a yarn that I cared a ton about. Oh, these colors are awesome. Very jewel-esque. I mean, I know they'll get lighter when the yarn dries, but can't believe we got some purple coming out of the blue. I didn't remember did I use purple? I thought that I stuck with blue, green, and black. At this point I don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the replay. So anyway, I am going to continue washing this yarn until we have the water run clear. But as you can see, that there is a lot of color in the yarn, and so I am very confident that we're going to end up with something gorgeous. Add a little more soap. And if you're having trouble getting the water to start running clear, You can always leave the yarn to soak for a while and then change it every once in a while. But see, even now, the water is significantly clearer than when we started. So I know we'll get there. I'm about to go take this upstairs, but I wanted to show you that after some rinses and some soap, we've got the water basically clear. I would still recommend, if you make socks or something out of this yarn, hand washing them, or not hand washing, but washing them separately for a while. This is a machine washable yarn, so you can put it through the washing machine, but yeah, woohoo! Here is the finished yarn that we dyed using a Tulip tie-dye kit. And there were actually some surprises here. I had no idea that these blues would break into purple. I think that this is absolutely beautiful and makes the yarn look even more like the peacock yarn I called it while we were dyeing. Little Bird Stitchery, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, and I hope that you will really enjoy your yarn. You know, it's funny. The black here doesn't read as a true black. It reads more of a deep, deep forest green, almost like the color that we got from when we mixed Wilton's copper with Wilton's teal and then did dip dyeing. But I think that these colors are really vibrant and beautiful. Using the tie-dye kits on yarn is a little difficult just because you have to wait so long to see what kind of colors you're going to get, and that there's a lot of washing required after the fact. But this 75% superwash, 25% nylon yarn took the dye up beautifully, and I know that this could turn into something fantastic. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more fun dyeing videos, make sure you subscribe to the ChemKnits Tutorials YouTube channel. You'll be notified when I do a live stream and release new videos. Thank you again to Little Bird Stitchery for sponsoring this video. I am Rebecca from ChemKnits, and I hope that you have a lot of fun on your own dyeing adventures.